The first thing you have to do is thinking about your existing customers. Who is actually using your product or buying your product? Why are they using your service? What customer problems do your product solve? These are the questions you should constantly ask and try to answer as you build your customer base. This analysis depends on the kind of data you have about your customers. For established businesses with more than at least 10,000 customers, you'll usually have some form of data about your customers, whether it's their traffic source, search keywords, purchase history, or engagement. For early stage businesses with less than 100 customers, getting enough data about them on your website may be challenging. But even in that case, you should try to understand as much about your customers as possible through surveys or phone interviews or whatever medium you can use. Based on your data, you should think about ways to segment them. Do you see different purchase patterns based on demographics? Do you see different engagement patterns based on their sign-up source? Try to break your customers into 4 to 8 buckets of customers based on factors that seem to have the highest correlation with their interactions with your business. So back to our imaginary grocery app example, we may find that our customers act very differently based on number of purchases last month. So in this scenario, we can bucket our customers by number of purchases last month. Customers who bought more than 4 times, 2 to 3 times, 1 time, or inactive customers who never purchased last month. Once you do this, always try to look at the actual size of the customers and how important they are to your business based on your key metrics such as revenue or engagement. Once you have your customer segments ready, spend some time to think about them as a real person. What are their preferences and what are their key considerations? What is blocking them from using your product or services more often? Do they open your emails at all? If not, what are the best ways to reach them? Ask these questions and develop hypotheses to best serve their needs. For our grocery business example, we may find that the most loyal customers love trying new grocery products and that most of them have opted into our emails. On the other hand, we may find that our inactive users were basically reluctant to use the service because of high prices and that the majority of them have opted out of our emails. Based on these findings, you can set up customized retention programs that will best serve their needs. Now, based on your understanding of your customer segments and each of their specific needs, you should think about how you can reach them. For example, you can reach your loyal customers by your customized emails, but for the inactive users who have unsubscribed from your emails, you need to think about other channels such as Facebook retargeting or mobile push notification. When thinking about your own channel plan for customer retention, begin from whether you can reach them through emails and allocate your additional resources for those who you can't reach through emails at all. This is important because you want to make sure you don't seem too aggressive with your marketing to your existing users. And also make sure all the efforts that you make across retargeting are actually incremental to the existing efforts that you do. Along with your channel mix, you should think about what you want to communicate in each channel. This is where your understanding about each of your customer segments comes to play a key part, because the more relevant message you can deliver to them, the more likely they will come back to use your product or service. So for our example, for our most loyal bucket of customers with more than 4 purchases last month, providing newsletters about new products or brands available can be effective because they love new products. Whereas for our inactive users, Providing a special discount through Facebook or Google retargeting ads can be helpful based on our finding that price is their main pain point. Typically, the more personalized your communication is, the better it is. As you can imagine, personalized communication for each of your customers can be very costly given the amount of time and resources you have to invest in. So you'll have to strike the balance between individual level personalization and cost of execution. On a side note, this is where a lot of interesting technologies and startups are being introduced recently, and some startups are seeing breakthroughs in automating the entire personalization process at scale using machine learning. I think this is where the most interesting breakthroughs in marketing will happen in the next 5 years. But for now, as a savvy digital marketer, you should be the one to champion the entire process of understanding your customer needs and personalizing your communication.